self-confidence, especially in front of people. And I chose this story because I thought that this would be familiar to them, and also we could really talk about what it means, what the wild things are. And don't think it's only children that have wild things inside of them. Moms and dads and grandmothers and grandfathers. You're a wild thing when you get really angry. And you're a wild thing when you're in this whole mood, you're a wild thing. So I was trying to teach the children that when you get really that mad, the monsters aren't this island, but inside of us, all of us. And what we did is we first drew pictures that really, they wanted to say, portrayed themselves, that were real, and then they made up their monster. And they gave their monster a name, and then we went from there. And we worked through the play. They learned what a script is about. They also learned what dialogue means and what it means to sequence a play with acts and scenes. They learned basic sign language, but at this age, I don't force that at all. I used to teach deaf children for 20 years, and I brought deaf and hearing children together with our plays, and everything was done in sign language and voice. These kids already know how to do My Name Is, and you know, they pick it up quickly. So this is a little play of Where the Wild Things Are. When it's finished, you're welcome to come downstairs for our reception. It's on the back porch, and I'm sure the kids would love to have you. So let me just go check and make sure everybody's ready. Is my stage technician ready? Okay. Is everybody ready? Oh, great. Okay, we're going to start this. Where the wild things are. Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind or another. He chased the dog so that he bumped headlong into his mother.
Oh no.
Max, you are a wild thing.
Max, you are a wild thing. I'll eat you up. Oh, do you think so? Well, go in your room without any supper.
That night, in Max's room, a forest grew and grew. Max found vines hung off the ceiling. Even an ocean tumbled by with a boat for Max. And he sailed day and night, night and day, weeks and months, months and years, until he came to the place where the wild things live. And when Max finally arrived where the wild things are, they were dancing. They were really wild, and they roared, and they screamed, and they danced, and they screamed, and they roared, and they stamped their feet, and they roared, and they screamed, and they danced. They roared their terrible roars. They gnashed their terrible teeth. They rolled their terrible eyes, and they showed their terrible claws. The monsters introduced themselves and then made Max king of the wild things. Monstry introduced himself.
I'm Monstry and I have terrible teeth.
And Lion introduced himself.
I'm Lion and I have terrible eyes.
And Herman introduced himself.
I'm Herman and I got terrible claws.
And James introduced himself.
I'm James and I'm turning roar, roar!
And then there was Harry.
I'm Hale and I'm tell my stuff.
They all circled around Max, roaring. They circled around Max, roaring, and made a huddle. And made a decision of what Max was going to become.
Where's the place? We've decided to make you king of all the wild things. That's mine. That's mine. Let the wild runners begin!
They roared and they screamed. They showed their claws. They rolled their eyes. Until Max got really bored.
Stop!
Stop.
Stop! Go to bed without any dinner!
Max, the king of the wild things, was lonely. He wanted to go home. He wanted the one who loved him the best to love him again. So he threw away his crown, and he threw away his wand, and he got back into his boat to return home. He sailed back over a year, in and out of weeks and months, through days and nights, until he finally flew into the night. When Max arrived home, his mother brought Max his dinner, and it was still hot.
I'm sorry, Mom.
The mother was played by Cameron. Hey, take your bow, girls.